In this video, we will show you how to set up the 8500 controller with the Core and Core Lite control boards. You will need to make sure that you use the correct style wiring for this controller. This is very important. You will need to use shielded, paired, stranded 22 gauge communications style wire for this controller. After you've verified the correct wiring for this controller, pair with your core board and go to your RTU menu. After pairing with your core control board, you will tap on the top left corner of your core app. Once you've tapped on the top left corner of your core app, you're going to find network integration. Once you've selected on network integration, you will go to network setup wizard. That will direct you to your options for S-Bus wireless sensor. We will need to select S-Bus wireless sensor to install the CS8500 on the core board. Now we will go and select your address. Your default address will be set for 2. When working on RTUs, you can use the default address, or you can continue to select and match your RTU number on your CS8500 and your core. They will need to match or they will not communicate. After you've selected the correct address, we will move forward to selecting your control source. Your control source will need to be selected as room sensor. After you've selected room sensor, tap next. This is going to prompt you for your CO2 settings for the controller. In the CO2 selection of setting up your CS8500, you will have basically 2 choices that you're going to be using. One will be local or none if you have a remote sensor, and if you do have a remote sensor, it will come back to your core board and land on the brown connector that says IAQ. If this selection's not made, then you will need to make sure that your network is selected, because the sensor source will be coming from your CS8500. After you've made the correct selection for CO2, you will tap next. When you tap next, this is going to take you to the humidity setting. It is exactly the same as CO2. If you have a remote sensor, you're going to come around, it's going to be on the orange connector labeled humidity, HUM. If not, then it's coming from your CS8500 and you will need to select network. After selecting network, you will be moving forward to your next selection. Your next selection is very important as well as the other 2. This will be where you're going to set your temperature source. This is where we're actually getting the temperature source for the zone that you're working in. The zone that you're working in will be either coming from your CS8500 or, again, a local mounted zone sensor. If it's coming from a local mounted zone sensor, it will be on your TMP on your orange plug on your core board. If it is coming from your network controller, your CS8500, you will need to select network. It's very important that if you don't make the correct selection, you will get error codes. After you've selected the correct temperature source, we will move forward towards setting your blower selections. You have several blower selections to select from. You can select from auto cycles that will auto cycle your blower on with a call for cooling or heat. Your next selection is continuous on. Your blower will be on if it is in an occupied mode. Your other 2 choices are not as highly used, but refer to your service manual for continuous 2 and continuous 3 if you want to see your schedulings and occupancies and how those work. After making the best selection that fits your building needs, tap next. At this point, you've reached the time where you need to select your backup mode. Backup modes will get you to a fail-safe situation where I've lost my controls, and after I've lost my controls, the unit is going to run in backup mode. If you're in backup mode, it's very important to select the temperatures and what you will be setting it for. Do you want to set it for a wired thermostat backup? Do you want to set it for a return air backup? Do you want to not have a backup? Return air backup is the most popular because you don't have to run a thermostat wire to run a thermostat backup and mount it in the space. After selecting the choice that best fits your needs, we will go to the heating set points for a return air backup. They need to be 3 degrees apart between heating and cooling. So if you've set it on 70 for heat, you need to set cooling to 75 or 73 and tap next. Once you've configured the controller the correct way, this will take you to the summary menu. Now that you've entered the summary menu, at this time, take a second to look over your selections. Make sure they're right. Verify that they fit your building needs. After you verified the selections, now you have successfully installed and paired to the 8500. You will see a 110 alarm populate. That is saying that the control board is now talking to the controller downstairs, your CS8500, and gathering the data, bringing it back up to the board. The 110 alarm will stay for a few minutes while it captures and gathers those information, and as they sync together. As they pair together, the 110 alarm will go away automatically, and now you have successfully have control over the RTU with your CS8500. And that's it. It's really that simple. Once you've set it up, you see your 110 alarm is going to unpopulate. We appreciate you watching the video today. For any more how-to videos, subscribe to our Lennox YouTube channel. Thank you.